Hello, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Strong Talk on Eben TV this Saturday evening. From wherever you are viewing me, God bless you. God cause His face to shine on you. My name once again is Philemon Ahimak, and this evening there are lots of exciting issues to talk about, because this is one of the reasons why God instituted this talk show live on Eben TV. If you are joining for the first time, I'd like you to just click the share button, because it's our custom that every time we come online for this segment, we share for other personalities to view. There are lots and lots of wonderful things to talk about as pertain Christianity and the social scene. You've got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how you try to run from the world, as far as you are still in the world, there are things of the world you have to put your hands into to make sure you make it Zion. And I know for sure, if you listen attentively to what we are here to discuss this evening, you will make impact and put your footsteps on the sands of time. With me on the studio is a wonderful personality, a renowned blogger, and a man of God. He also is into several businesses and several sources of income that is connected to, and is mentoring some other persons to also become something for themselves. His name is no other person than Pastor Isaiah Keneze. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you on set this evening. So this evening we're going to be talking about Christians and politics. That's a topic everyone wants to be part of, because if you look at the political circle today, I don't know how to define it, especially when it comes across the African circle or the Nigerian in particular. The Nigerian politics in particular is just like COVID-19. every day there's a new case, and the cases as they become more interesting. It's like a season film, and we are enjoying it as Nigerians, because we have long given up on the government, because the government has become a job. The government has and politics have become a job that people just graduate and enter and become multi-millionaires. So God is our source anyway. So please listen attentively, and then as this discussion progresses, we would want your counsel. We want you to give us your counsel on the issue, and then tell us what we need to do, because this one head cannot make this one work. Two good heads, as it is said in the English adage, is far better than one. And we want you to give us also your idea, so as to enable us progress in this discussion. To do so, you have to put a call across, or you drop your contribution on the comment section of Eben TV platform, where you're watching this live broadcast at the moment. So please, it is important you contribute to the good of this meeting. God bless you. So, Christians, politics. First and foremost, do you have a definition? Do you have something you want to define Christianity to be, or define politics to be? So we'll start from there.
So the term Christianity, going by dictionary definition and online definitions, you will discover there are several definitions to it. Likewise, politics. But I will be going by a simple definition that Christianity is not a religion, as it is being defined by several persons online or dictionary. But Christianity is a lifestyle which you are entitled to and become a bona fide part of that lifestyle only by acknowledging Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior. So acknowledging Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior entitles you, gives you a legal grant to become a bona fide member of those who indulge in such lifestyle. Okay. So politics, on the other hand, has several definitions. They say it's a system of government, is this, is that. But I'll be going by a simple analogy and a definition that I will be going with, which is politics is a decision making, is an act of decision making, or is associated with decision making, which involves either in a group, a body, or a government. So politics entails or is an act of decision making. So in this aspect,
if I may get you, if I may understand what you were saying, so you're trying to tell me that politics is not just the entrance into government,
No, sir.
So even in the family, you can have politics.
Yes.
In the church circle, there can
Yes,
be politics.
politics.
In
Yes,
the
sir.
all forms of social sin, there can
Yes,
be
sir.
politics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was a
Thank you,
wonderful definition. We want to continue on that platform. Now, we're talking about Christians and politics.
Yes, sir.
I would say if you go by medieval records, Christians have not actually been full-time in politics. Over time, if you look at the archives,
Yes, sir.
it has just been left for the so-called, or the one we choose to say, the carnal people or the world.
Yeah.
Reasons are because we were given another mindset that politics is a dirty game, and Christians would not want to ensure themselves with such a game, so as to enable them not derail. Even they have Bible scriptures to say that if it is your hand, I will take it to hell, cut it off. So some cut their hands off even before entering into what they felt would take them to hell. So it is important you give us another scope or another view, different from what we assume. Is it a legal thing for Christians to play politics, knowing fully well that it has been largely defined as a dirty game?
Okay, sir. I will start by saying this word. If Christians refuse to involve in politics, one day will come when politics will take right to religious and worship away from Christians. Because if you come to think of it now, in this era of COVID-19, it is obvious that politicians has actually utilized this opportunity to facilitate or endorse their war and battle against Christianity. And it's obvious. Just recently online, Dr. Stella Emmanuel has been trending online, but she's just a one voice in the America, which cannot stand against the many voices that are speaking. So Christian has to involve in politics. Sir, going back to the early Christian age, you understand that persecution came against after Christians. Emperor Constantine I stood up, encountered Christ, and made some laws that gave Christians rights and leverages of worship, which now gave Christianity voice as a die. So Christians at a time left politics, which have become the undoing of Christians in some certain countries like Turkey. Turkey was a country that was 90% Christians, politics being run by the Christians. But at a time, they withdrew from the politics. Then the ungodly ones became the politicians, run the affair, upturned the whole thing, and Christianity was silenced in Turkey. Today, they are 98% Muslims, less than 2% Christians. So, sir, we as a Christian must involve ourselves in politics full time in this dispensation, or else politics will take the right of being a Christian away from us.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining, please click the button share so as to enable someone get enlightened from this kind of discussion, because it cuts across everything. Now, you were talking about politics influencing the Christian, our Christian work, which is wonderful. You could see that happen in the scriptures, where while Jesus died, because we didn't have Peter and Paul and all of that in politics, they needed to meet with what they call him, Simon of Cyrene. No. Joseph of Arimathea. So who was a counselor? He was not even a disciple at that. It was not even an outstanding prayer warrior, but he was just a counselor.
Yes, sir.
Maybe peradventure he must have met with Jesus one-on-one somewhere, and then that gave him the connection with Jesus, and the disciples knew that they could not use prayer to collect his body. They needed to seek a person with a political career that has an influence on that fact. Wonderful. Now, in a nutshell, you have advised us now that Christianity should not shy away from politics. Yeah. And you have also showed us certain areas where Christianity shied away from politics and it became detrimental to them. Now, Christianity and politics. We have certain personalities who are Christians in politics, and the way they run it, even an unbeliever will not run it like that. Christianity in politics, you look at it from the scope of what is trending now online.
Yeah.
Nigeria Delta Development Commission, NDDC. I guess the people who are being probed, they are Christians, because in the South majority were Christians. Yes, and they are being probed for what? They're not probed for doing a great work. They are probed for stealing, embezzling money.
Yeah.
Embezzling money.
Yes.
So, is that not enough reason for Christians to say, no, we don't want to get involved in this issue?
Yeah, so I will start by saying this. Christianity, as it were, is not just because we were born into a Christian home. A lot of persons who tend to dent the image of Christianity in the political sphere are those who were given birth into Christian home by Christian mothers, who on their own persons has not encountered Christ. So,
wait, you just said something now. So it's different between being born into a Christian home,
yes, sir,
and encountering Christ one-on-one for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So having an encounter with Christ makes you a born-again Christian child of God.
Sure.
So they are just bearing the title, the emblem, Christians, because they were born into Christian homes. So when a Christian becomes a politician, you will see the difference. I wouldn't want to mention some names. Let it not sound as if
we'll have to
I'm
do that.
endorsing
when it's time, we have to do that. See, now you've said a lot of things already,
Yes, sir.
but this is the truth. Nigeria now, we have two. Okay, let's say two sects. Let me not call
Yes,
it
sir.
religion, because Christianity is not
a
religion.
religion. Yes, sir.
Let's say two sects, and then we have the Christian sect, and then the Muslim,
Muslim side.
the Islam.
Yes, sir.
So, but the truth of the matter is, these two sects dominate the
Yeah.
country.
Yes, sir.
Well, the president is a Christian, the vice is a Muslim.
Muslim.
So where the vice, or where the vice is a Muslim, the president is a Christian.
Christian.
Or when the president becomes a Muslim, the vice becomes a Christian. They have marginalized it like that in a way that, okay, it will bring recourse and whatever.
Yes, sir.
Even in certain states, it's like that. In certain states where you have Christians and Muslims,
Yeah.
it's also like that. So now, even these Christians and Christians that occupy these top positions, they are still not doing the right thing. So it makes us as Christians shy away.
Yeah.
We have a Christian as a vice
As
president,
vice president, yes, sir.
and then
not just a Christian, a
and
pastor.
then a pastor
at
at that under a very renowned Christian organization.
Yes, sir.
And there are killings in southern Kaduna where Christians should step up, because that's a Christian area.
Yeah.
They should step forward and say, no, this killing. It is obvious, it is nice for us to step up for every killing, because no killing is supposed to happen. But then it is happening where the influence of the vice president should be seen. For even a couple of months, we've not heard from him. He's still there in the office.
Sir, I wouldn't want to say some certain things. The vice president was last seen publicly a day after which Abba Kyari was publicly announced to be COVID-19 positive.
Okay.
And he was sent to personal isolation. So the last time he was seen was being in a personal isolation, which he did a video to address the people and said, I'm in a personal isolation. That was the last time he was being seen.
But was he isolating himself because
he had a encounter with Abba Kyari,
Okay.
the late Abba Kyari then.
Okay.
And that was the last time he was seen in the scene. So since then till now, there's a lot of things that's happened. He has not been seen online, apart from the Photoshop we see online. But I wouldn't want to go into that. Sir, the Christians that are in the politics aspect that are actually disappointing Christianity, as I said, are not truly born again. But let me not just condemn all of them.
Now you have said so.
Yes.
But the person
That's what I'm saying.
who
That's what
who
I
is the
said. Let
vice
me not
president
to generalize it.
Now the person who is the vice president
Is a pastor.
Is a pastor.
Sir.
So you have to be a born again Christian. So, but we're
Let
not
me
seeing
come, let me
are
come
we
from
seeing
that
the
aspect now.
Okay.
Sir, the issue is what happens in politics actually happens in ministry. The motive at which you enter into politics and the motive at which you enter into ministry determines your output in ministry.
Okay.
If you enter because you want to become rich and wealthy, then you will go in and do whatever it takes to make money.
Okay.
Then if you are going because you want to cause a change,
Okay.
then you will go in there because you doesn't want to soil yourself. Then you will do everything possible to make sure that you put up a legacy that will last for long.
Okay.
So in that aspect, in Nigeria, a lot of persons who go into politics as a Christian didn't go into politics as a personal decision. Let me beg the pardon of the Nigerians and those who are in love with our vice president. But I will say this: he was never qualified to become the vice president, but he was appointed by someone because the person felt, okay, let me project him and so that I can have a say in the presidency. So he was put there just as a figurehead, not because he merited it. If, me as a person, I believe if you become vice president on your own because you merited it by virtue of your popularity, by virtue of your intelligence and qualification, then you will have a say. But for the fact that you were being put into that place by someone who control and regulate everything you do, we actually limit the amount of word which you will say. Just like the NDCC issue that was happening. NDDC. So you must understand that even in the midst of the probing, when the man actually was supposed to mention name, you were hearing is okay off the mic, is okay off the mic, because the name he was about to mention involves the people who are doing it. Even the president of the House of Rep, a few days later, he decamped into APC because he knows that the name comes out, his name will be on the top, then they will come after him. He has to decamp. That is the irregularity we have in politics in Nigeria. He's not an APC member. When he was being confronted and asked, why did you decamp? He said, because of the corruption that is going on in PDP. Which corruption? Who is heading power there? It's not the governors.
Thank you very much. You have taken us even further into this discussion. But this is the truth. You will agree with me, even if these persons who politically become our representative there, yes, even if there is a divide, like they were born into Christian homes, yes, and they have not met Christ, yeah, you understand? That is not for everyone to decide. Yes, sir. Their action will decide it. Yes, sir. But the truth of the matter is, you've got to know that the people of the other sect, they are watching us. Yeah. They call ourselves so-called Christian. Yeah. They don't have the proper understanding of whether this one met Christ or this one did not meet Christ. The moment you are coming with that banner, Christianity, yeah, they tag you like every other person. Yeah. They tag you like probably that you are like, that's how every other Christian behaves. Yes, because sir, we also see them like that. Whether they're Sunni, Shia, we don't know. We just know somebody carries mat and does what he does. Yeah. So now, if you come from that perspective, what is your advice? What's your advice? Since nobody sees us as different, they just see us as Christians. What's your advice? What should we do as Christians? Since these people are lying and messing up the good name of Christianity.
So to remedy the issue on ground now, so I think the only solution we have now is the involvement of more devoted Christians to politics. So the arising of number of good Christians in politics will actually give more voice and a more platform for us to remedy the image that has been damaged by those who are there now. If, just like I made an instance of Dr. Stella Emmanuel in US, who is a medical doctor and also a minister of God, as at that, they have video of the first claim that hydrochloroquine, zinc, and the other drug actually cures COVID-19. Was being removed from Twitter and Facebook. If you upload the video now, in less than 24 hours, Facebook will take down the video. Because they feel or felt that the video is actually against what the political bodies or the figures who are ruling the world, who are running the affair of the world, had actually put in place.
No, sir, let me jump in there. It is not actually, let's see it from this perspective. Yes, sir. We are gradually becoming a media that is reaching out to a lot of personalities. Yes, now, the truth of the matter is, if we, via Facebook, post a video, yes, sir, that is not legally valid by the law, yes, sir, the Facebook or whatever media, social media platform will be charged for giving room for such a news to spread, owing to the fact that it has not been validated or it has not been passed into law. Just like I tell you now, if I stand here and tell you, for instance, yes, that they have legalized gun, or you can just go and get a gun even without license. You understand? Yes, and I come on this online here to air it, and then it has not been passed into law. Yeah, I'm passing out blasphemy. So sometimes we shouldn't blame some of these media houses or media outlets. It is not as though they hate all these things. So that's for that. But the point I want you to clearly buttress, which is why we shouldn't veer from our original topic, which is Christians and politics, is should Christians continue to go into politics owing to the fact that the name of Christian, the good name of Christianity is being damaged by the so-called Christians? And then that's where someone online who is watching from Dubai is telling us obviously, he's saying, do we really have Christians in politics? Politics is deeper than what a true Christian should venture into. So if you look at it from this perspective,
Yes, sir.
you already see it as there's a clause that needs to be remedied now. Should we just shy off or then? And then we have a Christian running for governorship in this state under a political party, and that Christian has been indicted, a pastor has been indicted with an EFCC, whatever, which is a matter that is still in court, indicted, but not has not been proven guilty.
Yeah.
And there are people who would not want to even hear if he's guilty or not.
Yes, sir.
With that thing alone, okay, is he accused of it? You mean they can accuse you and he's going to court, and the matter has not been resolved up until now because it has been there for years. So that means there are facts he needs to defend over time.
Yes,
for
sir.
him to, So when you see all of these things, it wants you to let me just dump politics. And then the after effect of it, which is everybody now does politics and let those who are carnal run it, and then the affairs of decision making that pertains the church now falls on them. Then they will drive the church out of Nigeria.
So I would want to ask a question. Because for the sake that doctors are corrupt and a lot of doctors indulge in some illegal practices, that Christians should not be medical doctor, that answer is no. Likewise, barristers. If Christians are not barristers, there will be problem in this country. Likewise, police enforcement. So it cuts across all spheres. So since politics is dirtier and deeper than what we think. So coincidentally, yesterday I was discussing this same topic with someone without knowing that this will be coming up today. I told the person something precisely yesterday. I said politics is a game. I told the person that naturally, from when I have been in secondary school, I made up my mind that I'm going to be a human rights activist initially. Getting to university, I will venture into school politics, which is SUG. From there, gain some grant, become a human rights activist. Then from human rights activist, become popular, then venture into politics. That has always been my mindset. Then I told the person, but as obviously, those one couldn't have happened now because of ministry and some other things. But the truth is this, politics is a game, sir. It's all about playing your game well. So when I told the person politics is a game, he said that's why Christians should not play it. I said no. There is a game does not mean you must kill. There are ways you can play politics without killing. I gave him an instance. I said, if a Christian wants to become a politician and he wants to vie for the position of governor, it will be very difficult because you may not be able to meet up with the required credential from the so-called godfathers and the men who are running the affairs.
Yeah.
Yes. So in this aspect, for you to become a governor as a Christian, then there are some terms that needs to be met, which is the reason why the present person who is vying for the position of governorship has decamped from PDP to APC, from APC to PDP, and now is back to APC. So you understand that he is trying to become governor at all means, which is the reason why I said the motive behind his drive is what is wrong.
Now let's not digress a little, but what you are saying is very sound. It's a very sound thing to say. Now, this is the truth, my viewers and ladies and gentlemen. This is the truth. In America,
Yes, sir.
politics, when people call themselves politicians,
Yes, sir.
it means they believe in a certain idea. It becomes an ideology.
Yes, sir.
In America, in fact, America, United Kingdom, and some of those Western countries, you discover that when they become politicians, they have this idea they follow. There are conservatives,
Yes, sir.
there are socialists.
Yeah.
Socialists, they want to embrace all forms of anything new. They just embrace it, season it. The seasoning, it is not even up to the way it should be done. They leave behind some social core values, feeling they don't need them anymore. The world is changing; they should change with the world.
Yeah.
But conservationists or the conservatives, like the Republican, they stick to their tradition.
Yes,
Like it has been like this, and it is working. Let's just continue like that, and that's where you see Trump at this side and then Obama at the other side.
Yeah.
So now, but in Nigeria it's not like that.
Yes, sir.
And when you are a politician by idea, you cannot just jump from one idea and to another idea. Like you have got certain politicians who have cross-carpeted so many times, they jump from here to that place. From today, the other day, maybe they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, they just jump back to broom. The other one hold umbrella. This one hold broom. Before you know, they even have umbrella broom at home. It's just for them to just say, today I need umbrella, tomorrow I need broom. So it's no longer an idea. So it becomes dirty when it's no longer an idea.
Yes, sir.
It has become dirty when it's no longer an idea, and then it makes us don't want to join that game.
Yes,
if it was an idea, obviously as Christians we are Republicans.
Yeah.
Yes. As Christians we are Republicans. This is where we have to fall in. I feel as Christians this is what we have to fall in. Yeah. We'll enter into positions elected normally. If we can come out with a normal political party, like in Germany, there is Christian political party.
Yeah.
And Angela Merkel, who has been the Chancellor of Germany, is from the Christian political party.
Yes, sir.
And she's a diehard conservationist.
Yes, sir.
So the truth of the matter is, how can we then turn the politics in Nigeria to idea system?
Okay, sir. I will quickly chip in this thing before I now go into that place. For us to bring a revolution in Nigeria politics, then this old cabals has to go to rest. Sir, that is the sincere truth.
Even my viewer must have smiled over that one. Going to rest, how do you rest? Sleep or?
Going to rest. Like, sir, what
the rest I know is sleep. Which other one?
That is not the kind of rest I mean. I rest in peace. Sir, sincerely, I told somebody one time ago that if I'm given opportunity to rule this country, or at this stage now, someone just call me, okay, take over and just run the affair of this country in 1 month or 2 months. Sir, I will make sure that I execute all of them. In a very strategic form.
Are you doing that as a Christian?
Sir, as a revolutionist. From a revolutionist aspect, that's what I said. So as a revolutionist, I would do that. I would do it in a tactical way that nobody will even suspect
but
it.
Democracy will not permit you to do that.
Sir,
because as a president, you don't even have a right to sentence someone.
I don't have to sentence
the judicial system is there.
System, yes. That's why I said, if as a revolutionist, if I want to do it, I will do it in a tactical way. Let me just put it this way. I will call for stake meeting holders, region by region. Nigeria is too smart. When you call a stake meeting holders generally in Abuja, some person will not come. The juju that goes to them at home will tell them, don't go, there's a danger ahead. But I will call region by region. But prior to this regional meeting, there are people that I know that they are die-hard snipers and chemical weapon.
Wait, the part you are going to now.
As a revolutionist, that's what I mean.
No. As a revolutionist,
yes,
we on Ibe TV are not revolutionists.
Okay.
We are Christians,
so,
and so we have to keep you. So maybe when they invite you on Revolution TV, you can revolutionize them. So, but for us here, so please. But listen now.
Yes,
there are certain nations that revolution gave power to,
like Ghana. Some years ago.
No. Ghana, no. That's not revolution. The revolution, like the one you are planning now,
yes, sir.
It happened in Cuba.
Yes, sir, exactly.
Where you had Fidel Castro. It happened in Iran,
yes,
which they are still suffering till today.
Yes, sir.
Cuba is still suffering the effect of that revolution.
Libya.
Iran is suffering it. No, Libya, I won't say Libya suffered it. If not that they allowed the Westerners to enter. Right now, Libya is a rubble.
Yeah.
Libya is a no-go area. Yeah. You can't land in Libya as you say maybe I took a flight from Nigeria and I'm heading to Libya. To Libya to do what? They will land you. You won't land. They will land you. So it's important we know what how the revolution has actually helped other people. But still, you are advising us that Christians should indulge in politics and then create a revolution. Because there are revolutions you create without arms, without this kind of judgmental approach. Revolutions like that. So it is important they involve like that and indulge themselves and go on. But still, that's your opinion.
So,
but still, sir, wait.
As a Christian,
yeah,
we can bring revolution in this aspect. Sir, you know, in this dispensation now, if a pastor comes up and talk politically on the altar, people tend to tag him a political pastor. Try to paint him devil and a money somebody who is after political money.
Okay.
But that is very wrong. Sir, if this notion must be corrected, and the ideology and the mindset people has about politics must be changed, it must start from the church. Sir, if everyone who is in the church is being lectured, tutored, mentored, being talked to know and have a better understanding of what politics is all about, how he as a Christian can be involved into politics, then as you are growing and growing, you have opportunity to become a politician, you'll be able to implement those things. So it's all about ideology, it's all about mindset. The mindset we have in Nigeria, somebody said something and it was funny. He said we have people who are in politics who are stealing, but those who are wanting to go and steal more than those who are there stealing already, which is the fact. A lot of persons are already warming up. Oh, how wish I can have opportunity. Let me just get there. I will so siphon the money because of wrong mindset and wrong ideology. Sir, if a good Christian could get to power and there is first revolution that should take place, is cutting down the money that have been paid to politicians. When it's being cut down, the interest in politics will reduce. It's because of the high amount of money that are paid. That is why a lot of persons are doing anything possible to make sure they get to that position. So from Christian perspective, if we want to have a revolution, we should start from our churches. There are people who are not called to fight against government as it were, as they attempt to take it. You may not come up publicly to speak against government and their irregularities, but in your little capacity, you can talk to your member, enlighten them, give them political education, so they will understand. Even on the election day, they will know that it's not all about the money you are being given that day to vote for anybody, but it's all about making a decision that will last for the next 8 years. So teaching these people these things and making them understand the part they are playing in causing more harm and damage to Christianity by voting for the wrong people because of the little money that are being given to them, then this thing will start correcting. It will be little by little, but before you know, collective effort from different denominations, from different platforms, a great changes will be effected.
Thank you very much, Pastor Isaiah Keneze, for your suggestions, which are gladly taken. So our viewers online, they are watching and they are commenting and they are communicating with us. If you want to put a call across, please do so on the number 090-234-74626. The number will be displayed right now on the screen. Okay, God bless you. So now, you have spoken about revolution. I don't you think there is a way we can start that revolution of good, without arms, standing our ground, standing for the right thing. If you're a Christian, you're a politician, you're in an office, and they want to cut corner, you can stand your ground. Just like what Dr. Stella Emmanuel is doing. She's not with arms, but there's a way she is causing a revolution. And many doctors are already following suit, because one person has to start it like a catalyst and every other person embrace it. So we as Christians, it is important we join the politics, because this is what pilot the affairs of governance in our country. Thank you very much, Pastor Isaiah. Your ideas are gladly welcome. So someone is saying here, no matter how deep politics is, not until God-fearing Christians go into it, it will still be a dirty game. It will still be a dirty game. It's a dirty game because dirty mindset are playing it. On my own view, it's possible for a Christian to go into politics. Thank you very much, Evangelist Peter Gossen, for that contribution. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will go on a break, and when we come back, I tell you the truth. When we come back, we're coming with another bomb, still on Christians and politics. See you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eben TV Live on Strong Talk. Strong Talk is something we come up and discuss every Saturday, 5 p.m. Nigeria time, GMT +1. So please always join us whenever we come online. Issues, serious issues pertaining life and our Christian faith, we discuss every time, bringing up guests that will air their opinions and views to make sure we are enlightened on this perspective. And today, like I've said earlier, we have with us Pastor Isaiah Keneze, who is a blessing to us already. Now, we are still on Christians and politics. If it is an important thing for Christians to be part of politics, and from our guests, we have been able to get certain facts and truths, and from our live viewers, that it is important we join politics so as to cause a change. But I said, owing to the fact that certain Christians have become politicians and they are coming back with negative reports, like the just cases on ground of fraud and misappropriation of funds that has been leveled against the NDDC bosses in all its fairs, knowing fully well that Niger Delta is a Christian-dominated area. And those who represent us in the Niger Delta Development Commission, they are Christians as well, and they are now being indicted with certain fraudulent activities. So it is a cause for discussion if we should shy away so as to not be mad with this kind of report. But he has told us from God's word, let your light so shine that men will see the light. So we need Christians who can go into the field of politics and shine a different kind of light, where people will know that for real, this politician is a Christian. We have the likes of a woman who has gone to be with the Lord, Dr. Mrs. Dora Akunyili, the former NAFDAC boss, who actually became Minister of Information and was an outstanding Christian. Her Christianity was actually something we felt. We knew she was a Christian. Even as a NAFDAC boss, you could see the infiltration of drug or importation of illegal drugs and so on and so forth. She fought it to stand still, even with riddled bullets, cars with riddled bullets. Her life was at stake. But she said one thing that I take to note. He said, if this is what will take my life, then it should take it, but it must be a positive thing that takes my life. So, and by the grace of God, she's going to be with the Lord several years now, but her standing is still something we can reference because of what she stood for. So please, we want people like Mrs. Dora Akunyili. We want them in politics. We want them to stand their ground. Now, sir,
Yes, sir.
it is important we also understand that certain people entered into politics and politics changed them.
Exactly, sir.
They were not like that from the beginning. So how do we fight that area?
So the reason why these things has been in place is because we have less number of Christians in the politics. I could remember vividly in the first regime during Obasanjo tenure as a presidency, as a president of Nigeria, the Governor Ayo Fayose was the governor of Ekiti State as at then. In the first few years, he didn't complete the tenure. In the first 1-2 years, he did outstanding projects. He was the first governor to acquire private helicopter for the state. Where I heard him said it specifically in the year 2005. I attended a crusade in Osogbo then, which he came from Ekiti to attend the crusade in Osogbo, where WF Kumuyi was the speaker of the crusade. He said that the reason why he bought the helicopter was that anytime he wanted to travel from Ekiti to Abuja, going on convoy cost him ₦1 million or 1.something million. He said, but going with that helicopter cost him 600 to 500,000 because he reduced the number of people that would go with him and reduce expenses. He said that is why he acquired it. I could remember that to that program that he came with the helicopter, he landed the government house, then went with the government car to the crusade. So he did outstandingly in that first tenure, to the extent that even the then head of the president could not bend him, which resulted to the flaming up and every other thing that was done. Then he ran away. He actually left the government house and ran away. He was not impeached. He didn't complete his tenure, but he had to leave the government house and run. From the secret information that we got was that the man was being manipulated. He walked to the pavement of his upstairs, a duplex, stood on top and wanted to jump down. when his aide hold him, put him inside a vehicle, and drove him out of the state. That was how he escaped. So unfortunately, when he came back as the second time governor, he was no longer the Ayo Fayose we used to know. Though he was still standing on some certain truths and some certain facts as what he was saying. But there are some certain things I used to know he was doing then, which was no longer in place. So one thing we have discovered in Nigeria is that we have more, let me say, more of people who are not Christian in politics. And these people are the game changers. So what they do is, when you enter as a Christian and you stand your ground for too long a time, they try to suppress you. Then if you are not abiding to that, they try to frame you up. Okay, let me put it this way. During the time of Nigeria, last two years, when the issue of Igbo presidency came up, it was so massive. Odus Okano came up and made some videos and said that he single-handedly stopped Obasanjo from contesting the third time. He said that Igbo presidency is non-negotiable since so long he is still alive. A month later, the case was resurrected. He was sent to jail. Then I believe he's out now. He's no longer talking because he have been made, there is a deal that if you want to be free, you have to drop this. So that's what is happening, sir. So what they are doing is that they are doing trade by barter. But if we have enough Christians in politics, this trade by barter will be stopped. The reason why Christians have less voice is because we have few. And the few we have are those who cannot stand with their life for what they believe. That's just the problem we have. Like of our vice president. He doesn't want to stand with his life on what he believes. He just wants to, if not like this, no, I go. If not like this, let me go. That's what is happening, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will soon draw the curtain on this segment. But in a nutshell, the man of God has advised us that it's important we all become part of politics. So as to, and we go there with the knowledge of causing a change that Christ is centered on. It is important we do so. I beg to also inform you that there's an election coming for the presidency in 2023. And we are hoping that God helps us cause a change that will benefit both Christians and Muslims alike. A change whereby insecurity will be tackled, fraud will be tackled, and so many social amenities that are lacking in Nigeria that you see in small neighboring countries that are not bearing the title the superpower of Africa or the lion of Africa. They have these dividends, and we as Nigerians, we lack them. Even when we have what it takes to have much more, we lack them. I remember some years ago when Dubai came into Nigeria, or UAE came into Nigeria for assistance. Nigeria said, the presidents of that day, they said they cannot invest in the desert. But when you get to Dubai right now, you will understand that even the desert, God can bring water out in the desert. And Dubai is one of the best nations, or the most beautiful nations in the world. And everyone goes there for just to tour the city. And we can make Nigeria great. We can make Nigeria greater in Africa and even in the world if God helps us and we make ourselves available to stand our ground. Thank you very much, Pastor Isaiah, for being a blessing to us. And for you viewers for joining us, thank you very much. And we hope to see you again, same time, same station, next Saturday. Welcome to a month of new beginnings. New things will happen to you. Greater things will happen in this August for you. August will open doors for you. August will make you, or will give you an August visitor. It may be an angel carrying money, carrying job, carrying babies, carrying husbands, carrying contacts and connection, carrying fruitfulness in the areas of business ideas. God bless you once more. My name is Philemon Eyimak. See you.